Hey guys, Honda here. Put together a little video here of what I've been doing in the Tekkit sort of mod. I'm out in the middle of a desert, and the reason I'm out here is because this is where all the magic begins. These are some of my distant quarries over here. This is just a sand quarry, so I can get glass and stuff like that. If you want to know how quarries work, just there's plenty of videos on YouTube about how these things work. But there's a little sand quarry. Over here I've got a little reservoir for oil, fossil fuel. As you can see, it's empty, so I need to fill these back up. These head over to the refineries, but I needed a staging area before I go to the refinery, so that's what this is for. So we're going to move on now to the refinery and take a look at that and see what that looks like. Okay, heading over to the refinery now. Both of those pipes for the sand and the oil both go underground. They run parallel to each other. So this is the refinery here. The oil gets pumped up actually to this other area, the staging area. I think I showed that in earlier videos. We'll go take a look at that real quick. I've added a few things to it, extra tanks and stuff. Not too much, just mostly extra tanks. See, it's basically what it looks like. And each one of these will have a pump underneath of them, but for now it's just these two. And that's got an on and off switch there for the pumps. And then the oil goes over this way, down to the refinery where we were just at. I'll talk a little bit about this configuration because it works so well. A little staging area here for this. Gets pumped into the back of this refinery, just one refinery. Three combustion engines on it. The fuel goes over this way and is protected with these obsidian blocks in case this blows up, which it won't because this configuration is tested very well. It's fed by a pump over in that area, goes underground up in here. It's got 4 redstone pumps. It feeds into these 3 tanks. Each one of these tanks has a pump underneath of it. On-off switch there. Each one of these tanks supplies each one of these engines, and that seems to be sufficient. 1 pump per engine, and these things won't overheat, so I recommend this configuration. 4 pumps supplying 3 tanks, and 3 tanks each with individual pumps feeding into the back of these combustion engines, producing fuel non-stop. I change that up a little bit, and it feeds down into these, so I don't have to get buckets. I just add a couple of pipes, add a pump, and fill these up. They're still half full, they got plenty to go. So we're going to head over to the mining facility now, but this is where all the energy comes from. I've got some solar too, but I've got basically solar combustion, so we're going to head over toward the mine through the tunnel. Okay, coming out of the tunnel now into the mine. As you can see, I got 2 pipes here. One of them is for the fuel, and the other one is for the sand. All that sand gets pumped to this pipe. I do understand that there are teleport pipes in the game, but I don't want to play that way. I don't want to use teleport pipes. I want to use regular pipes. So this is the hole that I've dug, this massive thing. And this one quarry has done all the work. That is it over there. And basically I do it in sections. And away it goes. So it's right now it's just about done, and I'm going to need to move it to another area. But the energy comes from, and all the fuel gets pumped into here. This water is brought down through here through a separate pump, separate from the refinery. So it's just outside the base. The engines are here for the combustion engines. There are 4 of them. I could turn them on and off individually if I want to. So now I've got 4 of them running. Or I can have none run, whatever. Those are sped through water, and it goes underneath here. As you can see, I left this dirt path here. I paired them off to where those 2 tanks there feed this engine. Those 2 tanks there feed the second, and so on and so on. They converge together in here in one solid line. So all the pumps, in a sense, all the water vats, in a sense, feed all of the pumps, but I just wanted to make sure they all had positive pressure by adding 2 pipes per combustion engine, if that makes sense. This is the solar fuel. So I've got combustion and solar that feed the mine. These are the solar panels that lead up to the surface. They're just right there. A couple of battery boxes and some cables. A energy link, and converts it to energy usable for the quarry. Heads over this way, and they both converge. The combustion engine energy converges with the solar energy, and they both feed over into the quarry. So it's got steady power 24 hours a day. Headed over to the base now. These are just some chests and stuff, nothing fancy. All the minerals from the mine and stuff head through this pipe here. Head up that way into the base. And this is the base here. All of the stuff comes up to this pipe here. This is basically, I'm eliminating these chests now. So I've added some pipes here so I can help eliminate that. All of the junk heads up into this chest here and gets turned into diamonds. Cobblestone, as you can see, is headed over this direction. As you can see, some sandstone is headed over that direction, so I can refine it into sand, dirt, and sand. You can see it gets split off by a diamond pipe. These are the things that I'm turning into junk, basically, and everything else gets refined. So going upstairs now to where all of the good stuff that I want is headed. And this is heading over to a macerator system that I created. And it gets dumped into this chest here. The ore actually gets dumped into this chest. What I want to keep are these ores and some coals. I want to macerate that stuff. And all the macerated stuff heads down that pipe over there to the ovens. And everything that I don't want macerated heads down this pipe here to the sorter. So we'll head over here to the ovens real quick. And down into this chest here, over into the sorting system for the ovens. These two ovens I'm going to eliminate, but basically these are the automated ovens. I'm going to change some of this stuff up a little bit to optimize it based on some of the things that I've added, so by the next video this configuration will change a little bit. By the way, that macerator system and this particular oven system are fed with solar power. They are back here. It's the same configuration for both 5 solar panels headed into an MFE, and the MFE feeds into all of these ovens with I forget what pipe you call it. That pipe, whatever that pipe is called, I forget. Anyway, I gotta fix this. Alright, so headed over to the ovens. The unmacerated stuff goes down that pipe there, underneath here, and down to the sorters there. And the macerated stuff gets shot down this pipe here, across the top there, and they converge into the sorting system here. Goes down the back side of that wall into this chest here. Goes into the first machine. If it's not one of these things, it gets dumped over into the second chest. If it's not one of these things, it gets dumped over into this chest. And if it's not one of these things, it gets dumped over into that chest right there, which is the catch-all. So I'm not going to bore you with what holds what, but that's basically how it all works and how it's more or less automated. There's a couple of things I'm going to add. I'm going to add I forget what you call it, but it's the thing that it's an automated crafting table. It turns these into these blocks here. It's I'm going to add that. Maybe I'm going to probably put this in the line somewhere. This is a alloy chest, something or other thingy. But anyway, that's what we've been doing, messing around. I've got some lights I got to add. I want to add some more to the top, but that's it for now. Anyway, take care, guys. Hope you liked the video.